Hi there. Alibaba has been overtaken by PDD Holdings in market cap. As you can see, Alibaba has a market cap of around 185 billion and PDD Holdings has a market cap of over 193 billion. That's a difference of about 8 billion. Why did this happen? How come Alibaba has lost its market cap? Well, if you look at the latest results, you can see that the revenue for Alibaba grew by over around 9% in the last quarter. And for PDD Holdings or Pinduoduo, the increase in revenue was over 90%. That's a lot. And also their operating profit has increased by 60%. And for Alibaba, over around 34%. So their difference is between their growth rate. PDD Holdings is growing faster than Alibaba. Of course, this also happened because the revenue for PDD Holdings in the last quarter was of around 68 billion RMB, and for Alibaba the revenue was of around 242 billion. So it's easier to grow when your revenue is lower than your competition. Moreover, if you compare their active buyers, you can see that Pinduoduo had over around 800 million users, and Alibaba had of about 900 million annual active consumers. So there is not a big difference. Maybe for the gross merchandise volume, Pinduoduo had of about 4.6 billion in 2022 and Alibaba had of around 8.3 billion in 2022. Now with the recent results, as Pinduoduo has increased its revenue by over 94%, then these numbers may be closer. And the market assumes that PDD Holdings will grow faster than Alibaba. That's why PDD Holdings has overtaken Alibaba in market cap. How did this happen? Well, if you ask yourself who owns PDD Holdings, you'll find out that Tencent owns 14% of this company. And of course the founders owns of about 40%. Their huge growth rate has been achieved due to their partnership with Tencent. Maybe you know that Tencent has a powerful social media called WeChat that has over 1.3 billion monthly active users. This number covers the entire Chinese population. So Tencent has access to millions of users. And this is important because as Pinduoduo has a strong partnership with Tencent, they can get better terms for advertising on WeChat platform. You can also see that they are spending a lot of money on marketing. For instance, in 2022 they spent over 7.8 billion. So with a lot of advertising plus a good partnership with Tencent, they've been able to overtake Alibaba in market cap. As you can see, the stock price has almost rebounded from its last peak, and that's a great performance. If you look at Alibaba, the stock price is still down, a decline of over 76%. Now, the question is, who will be the winner in this industry, the e-commerce industry in China? Well, the answer is not that easy. Both companies can grow more in the future. As China economy is expected to grow by 5% a year in the next 10 years, Alibaba and Pinduoduo can increase the revenue more in the future and also make some profits. But if you ask yourself which one of these companies is a better investment at the current level, then the answer is different. If you look at Alibaba, you can see that they have more businesses. Not only their e-commerce business in China, Taobao and Tmall. They also have their international segment where they have different platforms such as AliExpress, Trendyol, Lazada and others. Plus their local services where they offer delivery services, Sinow Logistics. Another good segment is their cloud computing and digital media, where they can promote their products from Taobao and Tmall. Now, if you look at PDD Holdings, what they are doing, they only have their e-commerce business in China, where they offer online marketing services and transaction services. They keep promoting their platform to attract more merchants and buyers, But the problem is, they spend a lot of money on marketing. Their revenue has increased by 90% year over year, but also their expenses has increased by over 50%. If they reduce their marketing expenses, then also their revenue, or better said, their growth rate in revenue may decline. And be aware that this company depends on Tencent, especially on that social media app, WeChat, with over 1.3 billion active users. This is their main advantage. That's why PDD Holdings has been able to grow so much in the last years and be a tough competitor for Alibaba. Now you have to know that Alibaba is not dead. They are alive. They also keep growing. As you saw the results, the revenue has increased by 9% and their profits over 40% year over year in the last quarter. Plus, they have more opportunities. Their cloud computing, their logistics services, their international e-commerce segment, and digital media, where they can promote their products. So if you compare the fundamentals of Alibaba to PDD Holdings and also their qualitative factors, you'll see that Alibaba is a better business and at the current price, also a better investment. But as you can see, the market doesn't like Alibaba at all. The stock price has declined by over 20% in just a few months, while PDD Holdings went up a lot. It has more than doubled. And that's a great performance. But now, as the valuations have changed, you also have to change your investments. So, if you want to find out the fair value of Alibaba and the fair value of PDD Holdings, you can search on my YouTube channel. You will find more things about both companies. And if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments.